All right, hello everybody. I want to thank you all for watching our video today. Today is Monday, and I hope you have a good week and a good Monday. But let's move past that. So today I want to talk to you about spirituality in your life. I feel like since the 1980s, in the 90s, and the 2000s, there was this pushback away from religion, spirituality, if you will. Because I feel like in the 80s there was this belief that us, were superior. Our mental ability, we could understand it all, we could recreate it all, we instead of having butter, we created margarine, things like that. But if you look around, I feel like at some young people, I'll say, under 35, and of course there may be people older, but I feel like they are starting to embrace spirituality. Notice I'm not calling it religion, because I don't think they would call it religion, because religion is kind of a bad word nowadays. But they're embracing I'll say the fact, I don't know if it's a fact, that there is more to the world than us. It is this realization that we as an individuals are important, but we're not the final authority. One of the good things about spirituality in your life is I feel that it introduces some sort of accountability. It is no longer your own desires that matter. It is no longer about your singular wants or needs. Because on your individual level, if you are a spiritual person, you feel that there is something that you are working towards. There is something that is expected of you from a moral standpoint. And this conversation may turn off some people, and I apologize if it does. But my goal with this conversation is to not try to force you into being a spiritual person, but it's just my effort or my way of hopefully getting you interested in it. There will be times in your life when life will just be difficult. And when life gets difficult, it's very easy for us to turn to, drugs or alcohol or food or sex. And I can almost guarantee you that every single one of us at some point in our lives is going to turn to one of those things. But the wonderful thing about being spiritual is it gives you a feeling of contentment and peace of mind. It allows you to have that moment in those stressful times of just being by yourself and being able to think things through. When those instances of pain and suffering and difficulty find their way into your life, it is very easy to blame other people, blame circumstances. But being spiritual allows you to accept it. I think it helps you understand it, and I think it prepares you mentally with how to deal with it. And another wonderful thing about being spiritual is it helps you identify what is really important in your life. We all have this desire to not feel stress, financial stress. I have this desire, I'm sure you have this desire. I had this irrational fear of being homeless. I don't know where that came from. That was never a risk in my childhood, but I have this fear of it. When you are spiritual or religious, and if you listen, and if you understand what you're being taught, you will realize that having the mansion, having the nice car, flying first class everywhere does not make you an important or valuable person. And there are a lot, I will say, there are a lot of spiritual people, there are a lot of religious people who do not practice this. They make like $200,000 a year, and they'll give their church like $5,000 a year, and they think that that makes them an important person within their church, and it doesn't. Because yes, churches need money to function, they need donations to function, but buying your importance from an organization is not a very spiritually mature thing to do. But I'm going off topic a little bit. We can talk about more of that later. But by practicing spirituality, you will realize that all the pointless crap, which is what it is, that corporations have taught us, that our government has taught us, look at me being a little conspiracy theorist, it doesn't really matter. I just read an interesting article talking about government, and I don't have anything to back this up. I'm just going to this article. I thought it was very interesting. It says that in order for the U.S. government at its current state to pay all its bills and to provide all its services, it has to have a 3% growth every year. I don't know if that's accurate, but if it is, that's crazy. So even our institutions that are in place, they want us to keep consuming. They want us to waste our time and our energy, our physical and our mental energy, on this made-up rat race. I was talking to a friend the other day, and he reminded me that I should have this mindset of abundance and not scarcity. I shouldn't make it the goal of my life to acquire things.